Hello! Welcome to another Listen With Me. I am so excited for today's video. We are going to listen to Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Sour, together. And oh my gosh, guys, I am so glad that you're joining me for this because listening with friends is just so much better than listening by yourself. Am I right? Okay. But anyway, for those of you guys that are new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name is Dano. I'm a singer-songwriter, and what I love to do with these Listen With Me's is the whole purpose, the reason why I started doing this in the first place is because as I am trying to write my own music, the best way for me to learn and get ideas is by listening to other people that do it really well. So I have a handy dandy notebook with me, and I'll be jotting down some notes, some things I thought were really cool, and then after the song, I'll share them with you. So if you are a singer-songwriter, producer, I think you're gonna get a lot out of this. But if you're just here to like hang out with me and listen to Olivia kill it because we know she's gonna be on fire for this whole album, then come join us. It'll be fun and we'll have a great time. Also, as you guys know, it's a staple, okay? When you listen to an album front to back, you need stamina, all right? You need food, you need drinks, you need to be cozy. So make sure, get something to eat. If I can't even do this label. But anyway, I got some kombucha. Am I even saying that right? Kombucha? Mint limeade. I hope it's good. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink, get nice and cozy. Let's dive right in. Also, I'm just like peeking ahead. There's a lot of explicit things on here. Olivia must be pissed. But anyway, the first song that we have is Brutal. Yes! Oh my gosh, guys. This album is just gonna be like the angsty teen anthem of the fucking decade, okay? Wow, okay, I actually was not expecting it to be that angsty, but I am here for it. Also, I know that this album was totally written for Gen Z, and I am not Gen Z, all right? I'm a little older, okay? I don't want to talk about it. No, but I'm a millennial, and I can feel the teenage angst in it, and I freaking love it. But let's talk a little bit about how they made that possible. First, I thought it was really cool. Oh, that's my cat, Jasmine. If there's one person that's angsty, it's my cat. Jasmine, did you like that? Oh, did you see her bite me? My whole life. Jasmine is the grumpiest cat of all time, by the way, just letting you know. But I absolutely love the teenage angsty vibe, and some of the ways I think that they made that happen is the vocals were very spoken. They're very speaky vocals. Olivia is a phenomenal singer, yet they chose to have this just like, I'm just talking, blah, 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 you know, down here. And it's a really cool effect, and it's kind of like a I don't give a fuck, no BS, you know, thing to do for the album. So I totally love that that's the direction that they took for the song. There was also some like telephone type of effect on some of the vocals, and that's another way to make it sound like, have that grungy sound. And so I'm here for it. I totally love that. And that's something I would love to do. Like if I'm ever writing a song and I need it to like, I don't know, be a little harder, you can always do that with the vocals to kind of get that sound. And the last thing that I want to mention is if you watch these videos, you know I talk about contrast all the time, because contrast to me is one of the most important things you can do to a song, because if the whole song is the same, then it gets boring real quick. And I know that the song's lengths are getting shorter, but like if you have to keep someone's attention for like 2-3 minutes, we have like the attention spans of goldfish, okay? So if you want someone to pay attention, you have to switch it up and make it fun and exciting so that they don't zone out. And a great way that Olivia did that in this song is at the very end, the vibe completely changed. Like that grunginess went away. It got a little lighter. We have some singing, some, you know, higher notes in there. And so that contrast in the end I thought was really, really, really cool. It was unexpected, so it woke you up as a listener. But anyway, I am so excited for this album. But anyway, let's dive right into the next song, which is called Traitor. I'm guilty eyes, you betrayed me. All right, I'm so proud of Olivia. Like, I don't know, this is her debut album. This is like setting the stage for what we can expect from her career that is just starting. And I am just here for it. I'm obsessed with the sound, okay? But anyway, let's break it down a little bit to talk about some of the things that, you know, from a songwriting perspective, I definitely would love to incorporate in my own music. And the first one The harmony intro. Oh, you guys know I love good harmony. I love a good harmony. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful intro with those harmonies. It's very attention grabbing. I love it. It gets you hooked right from the second that you turn it on. And just to talk about contrast again, there was a ton of contrast from the first verse and the first chorus, which basically just had the vocals, and you have like kind of like an organ sound. I don't know if it was an organ or electric piano, but that's really all the instrumentation. And then all of a sudden, for the second verse, in comes the acoustic guitar, and that gives it a whole different feel. Changing the instrumentation is a really great way to have contrast in your song and have some variation between the first verse and the second verse so that it doesn't sound like you're just singing the same thing with different words. The very last thing that I want to mention is if there is a specific word or phrase that you want to highlight in a song, you can do that through the production and through the songwriting. And so a perfect example is Olivia Rodrigo wanted to highlight the word, "You're still a traitor," or the phrase, "You're still a traitor." So think of it as like if you were reading a poem or reading the lyrics, if you have a section that is like, you would bold it, italicize it, underline it, make it different color, increase the font to like really highlight that this is something that you want your listener or your reader to like really soak in. You can make that stand out in the songwriting and in the production. And so a perfect example is the phrase, "You're still a traitor." And it happened at one point in the song where they wanted to like really make that stand out. And what they did, they just dropped all the instruments. So the only thing you're listening to is Olivia singing, "You're still a traitor." And because all the instruments were there and they pull back, now 100% of the eyes and ears are on that phrase, "You're still a traitor." So you can not remember anything else in the whole song, but you're gonna remember that because that's just gonna implant itself in your brain. So I thought that that was a really cool technique. I know that when I'm writing my own music, I'm gonna keep that in mind because if there's a phrase or even a word that I really want my listeners to ingrain in their brain that it's important for the song, just pull back the instruments and have the focus be on the vocals there. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this song. I'm gonna skip Driver's License because I have heard the song a million times, and I'm sure you did too. The only thing I wanna mention is I did do a full deep dive. I don't know what side of the screen these things pop up on. But anyway, if you wanna check it out, I did a full deep dive on that song. I think we talked a lot about like her authenticity and her honesty, and mostly through the lyrics in that video. So if you're interested, check it out. The only other thing I'll mention is, did you guys see the SNL skit about this? Because it was like one of my favorite SNL skits. So if you have not seen the Driver's License SNL skit, what are you doing? Go there now, go do it. But anyway, that makes the next song one step forward, 3 steps back. Here we go.
Only one step forward and 3 steps back. And forth going over everything I said.
Yes, oh my gosh. I love that one. I love that one so much. Also, is it just me or did you guys get like mad Ingrid Michaelson vibes? Because I was like, this is an Ingrid Michaelson song. But anyway, absolutely love the whole vibe of that song. It was very easy to listen to, very pleasant. And I just want to mention too that Olivia Rodrigo has such an incredibly beautiful voice, and having that much control, singing notes softly, but like perfectly like that is really, really, really difficult. Like it is much easier to belt and sing loud than it is to have an unbelievable amount of control singing softly. So I think it just really highlights how great of a singer Olivia Rodrigo is. And I guarantee you're gonna hear people doing those covers and they're gonna have a hard time. Sure, they can hit all the notes, but they're gonna have a hard time getting the tone quality and the actual, I don't know, the whole vibe to come through, because Olivia is very, very, very talented as a vocalist. So just wanted to throw that out there. I also wanted to say I love the choice of having an acoustic piano there, and you can even hear the pedal going up and down in that recording. So I thought that was really cool. Clearly, Olivia is going for this album to have a very honest and authentic sound. Every single song, or at least for the songs I've heard already, it really sounds like you are reading pages from her diary. So it's very honest, it's very authentic. And by doing a simple song like that with just the piano, it's like you can almost just picture her kind of like sitting at home, playing piano, singing this song. And I don't know, it's very intimate in that way when you don't crowd it with like all this crazy production, even though that could sound cool. And lastly, I just want to say I love that she's cursing on this album. It just adds to the honesty, the rawness, the pain of what she's going through. And so I absolutely love that they did that. But that's all I got for this one. For the next one, let's do Deja Vu. But that's all I got for this one. For the next one, let's go on to Deja Vu.
Laughing about how small it looks on you. Do you get deja vu? So when you gonna tell? Look, we didn't do that shit too. I know you get deja vu.
Yay! Another awesome song. All right, Deja Vu was super dope. I loved it. Some of my favorite parts of it is I know that there is a term for this and I can't remember. So if you know the term for this, leave it in the comments. But it's basically when, like, say for example, the lyrics were, "We're walking up the hill." The melody would be like, "We are walking up the hill," you know, going up. There's a name for that and I don't remember what it is. But anyway, Olivia had that happen a few times and I thought that was really cool. And so the first time was, they had a line that was something about like, "We used to laugh together." I'm totally butchering it. But anyway, it had something to do with laughing. And then the background harmonies were on ha. And it was so cool because it's like ha, 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 or whatever, however it went. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. And then there was another line that was like sing in harmony and there were harmonies on that line. So I just think little things like that are cool, they're fun, and they just add a little bit of, I don't know, pizzazz to your song. So I have to remember to do that when I'm writing my own music. I also love that like really short instrumental breakdown in that song. And it was really cool because it really showed us that we were moving from one section of the song to another section. So it was a really great way to lead us into the new section. And the last thing I want to mention is that I really like the way that the song ended, where you just have some vocals and no instruments going on. Really neat effect. By the way, side note, I totally recommend doing this if you're a songwriter, but I have a list of like 40 or 50 different intros and like 40 or 50 different ways to close a song. So when you're like, I don't know how to end my song, you can like reference your list and like go down for all these different ways that songs are ended. And so I'm adding this one to my way songs end list. Anyway, up next we have Good For You, which I believe was one of the singles, and I'm like 90% sure I heard this one already. I think this was the one that she sang on SNL, which was amazing, but I can't remember. So anyway, let's listen again. Yes! That was the song that I heard before, and it's so dope. It's so dope, and you know I hate picking favorites because all the songs are great, but no, definitely favorite. All right, so a few quick things. First one, I love how the song started off with those like really wordy vocals. It was like, you know, it wasn't rapped, but there was just like a ton of words. They had like more of a speaky tone to it. So then you have this huge contrast vocally from these like spooky, rappy, wordy vocals into this high, melodic, healthy mixed belt sound in the chorus. And that contrast is really cool. Again, anytime you have contrast in a song, it makes it fun to listen to. So I thought that was really neat. Also, Olivia used repetition in the bridge, and repetition is a really great way if you want something specific for your audience to remember or, you know, take away. You can do that through repetition, and she repeated the lyric. I wrote it down. Maybe I'm too emotional. So she had that line, I don't know, repeated like 4 to 6 times or something in that bridge. And so a great way to get that point across. And then the last thing I want to mention is I love that after the bridge, there was this like muted chorus where it was like much softer than the rest of the choruses. And there was actually an acoustic guitar under there. And then it opened up. And that's so cool because when you pull back, especially at a point in the song, I mean, this is the chorus after the bridge. So normally you'd expect it to be really big there. So when you pull back, it catches your listener off guard because it's pulled back. And then it's like a slingshot and you just like release it, because then when it comes back in, the arrival of that full chorus just hits so much harder. So I totally love that they pulled it back just to slingshot us in and have this like super punchy chorus at the end. So love that song. That is gonna be like the Gen Z breakup anthem of the year. So totally loved it. Let's move right along. Up next, we have Enough For You.
All I ever wanted was to be enough for you. 'Cause someday I'll be everything to somebody else. And are you so excited? Nothing's enough for you.
That was a really good one. Wow, I really love that one. I actually don't have too much to say about it, to be honest, because it was so simple, but I love the folky vibe to it. I don't know if you guys felt that, but that song felt kind of folky to me. But first I just want to say I thought the melody writing was exceptionally beautiful in there. You have like these big jumps and you have this scale stepwise motion. So I don't know, the melody was just really beautiful in my opinion. But what I absolutely loved about it is it's so intimate, and I know I mentioned this before, but like this whole album is just very raw, very emotional, very honest. And it's easier to kind of get that vibe when you're not like hiding behind a ton of production. It's almost like the more production you have, the harder it is to show honesty and authenticity. I mean, Olivia could sing this at an open mic. Like, you just need an acoustic guitar and the vocals. And so you have that like open mic, like there's not much here. It's a singer and a guitar. You get what you get. But anyway, another thing I loved about it is you have this soft acoustic guitar just kind of like hanging out in the background, and she's like belting, she's mad. And you could hear that in the vocals, and it really gets you. Like, you can feel the emotion through the song that way. Anyway, I just felt that it really touched me as a listener, and I think she did a phenomenal job at having that emotion portray in that song. So beautiful. Up next, we have Happier.
Thought my heart was a catch. Be happier. And do you bullshit? You know you'll never make. Like cutting her down like you was original. Happy, just not like how you were with me.
Olivia's killing it. She's so good. This album is so good. She deserves all the accolades and praise that she's been getting on this album and more. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed. She's doing so great. I honestly don't have too much to say about this song. I will say I am a huge fan of the lyrics. It's simple, but I hope that you're happy, but don't be happier. Really, it just rolls right off the tongue. It's a really beautiful and honest lyric. So love that. And the only other thing that I want to mention is I love that there was kind of this like clash. I don't know if clash is the right word, but you have this beautiful arpeggiating piano part. And if you had no vocals, you would almost think it was like a lullaby, this really beautiful arpeggiating piano. And then you have this like raw, angry lyrics on top. And so the contrast between the two, I thought, was really great because it highlighted the emotion that was trying to be portrayed in the song, which is like, I hope you're happy, not happier. So that's like the angry part. So I love kind of that mix between like the sweet and sour, if you will, that came through on that song. So anyway, beautifully done. Olivia, you're just killing it, girl. Okay, up next we have Jealousy, Jealousy.
Started following me. Think I think too much.
Another great song by Olivia Rodrigo on this album. I love the grungy vibe. I think she's really executing having this balance between like this grungy kind of like alternative sound, but also keeping like a mainstream pop sound. So I think she's navigating that balance really, really well. And one of the ways that I thought that she was able to do that is she had these like kind of, I don't want to say scream because that's like too powerful of a word, but almost these like high spoken parts in the bridge. And that was a really great way to kind of show that like anger or that angst and have that come through the song. So really neat effect if that's something that you were trying to do in your own music. But that's really all I had to say about that song. Oh, I'll also add, I just thought the beat was dope. That's all. But anyway, up next we have Favorite Crime.
The things I did. Well, I hope I was your favorite crime. Just so I could call you mine. Your favorite crime.
She's killing it. She's killing it. I'm so proud of her. Okay, A few quick things about that. First of all, we got the folky vibe again, totally digging it. I am down with that. The harmonies in the pre-chorus, mwah, they were exceptional, exceptional. I love them. You know me, you know that I love a good harmony, okay? Olivia made me proud. Girl gave me some damn good harmonies and I am very pleased. I want to talk a little bit about contrast because she did it again. Blah, she did it. So I love the contrast of the vocals that we got in the bridge where, normally we had just like kind of average vocals with, the acoustic guitar underneath. And then all of a sudden it switches. So we have these very, very wordy, angry, fast vocals and the acoustic guitar stops and it's just like hitting one note on each chord change. And then after you get this like super speedy, angry vocals, then it opens up and she has these like big, long, beautiful legato vocals. So there's contrast both in that section with the fast vocals and then the long vocals. And those vocals sounded different from the whole first half of the song. So I love the contrast that she had. It just shows like how talented of a vocalist she is because she can basically do anything she wants with her voice. And I love it. And I also loved there was variation in the chorus and it really was able to gain momentum and really build up because the last chorus was an octave higher and she had a whole bunch of different vocal layers on it. So I love that. What a great way to build up and gain momentum and excitement. A great way to do that is to just have the part be sung an octave higher. And again, you have to be a good vocalist to be able to do that. You have to have the range to pull it off. So Olivia's just showing off at this point, okay? It's fine, I'm here for it, I love it. But we have one more song left. I can't believe it. This album just like flew by because I'm just enjoying it so much. But I gotta do my shameless plug, guys, all right? I love you so much. If you made it this far in the video, mwah, thank you for hanging out with me. I had so much fun hanging out with you. Come on over and hang out with me on Instagram at Dano Lady Be Good. And I know you hear this from like every single YouTuber ever, but if you could like and subscribe, it means so much to me because it'll help me get a wider audience for this channel. And I am so grateful to you for doing that. Mwah! Thank you, thank you. But anyway, let's dive right into the very last song. I don't want it to be the last song, guys. I'm so sad. I hope you're okay.
I hope that you're okay. Middle school friend grew up alone. She know how proud I am. She was creative. I just the letters to the holes in my butterfly wing.
All right, that's it. That's the album. What a beautiful, intimate way to end. Wow. Wow. I'm so impressed with Olivia and her producer, Dan. They just did a phenomenal job with this album. This is going to be the breakup album of the year. This is going to be on my summer playlist for sure on repeat, and I am just so over the moon happy. But I would love to hear your thoughts on the album as well, so please leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. What'd you love? What'd you hate? Is Olivia your new favorite person? I need to know these things. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun with you. I hope you did too. And I will see you next time. But until then, trust yourself, be yourself, love yourself. You got this. Mwah! Make it a great day, and I'll see you guys soon.